do we want to start with a dynamic scanner? So I start with a dynamic scanner specifically because anyone on the internet with very little training can run a dynamic scanner on any public website and find a whole bunch of exploitable vulnerabilities in your app. And I remember when I found this out, I was so scared. I was like, oh my gosh, so anyone right now could just be looking at my app on the internet, and like they don't have to be a super advanced exploit writer, security researcher, expert. Dum-dums can run a DAST because they're very easy to use. And then they can just find all my vulnerabilities. Oh my gosh. I'm like, so we better fix those ones first, right? Because people on the internet generally, unless you're using open source tools, or I mean, if you're using if you are using an open source repo to store your code, then they can get a copy of your code as well. But quite often companies and private businesses do not share their code on the internet. And so that means your code's a secret, so they can't run a DAST tool or an SCA tool or other types of tools on it. They can just use a dynamic scanner, like that's their only option to see, and manual testing, but then you need an expert. Like if an expert security person wants to attack your site, it's very different than just any old person, perhaps like a teenager or someone who's like a not advanced cyber criminal can just run a DAST on your tool. So I'm like, if anyone can do that, I better fix those things. The other reason why I chose DAST to start with is that it's really easy. Like I said earlier, I found when I started with SAST tools, I found it very, very difficult to like figure out what was a true positive, what was a false positive. I found it just really difficult to understand. It would take forever to get it running, forever and ever and ever to like look through the results. I found with a DAST the first time, I was like, oh my gosh, I found vulnerabilities. I'm a hacker now. Or I felt that way. Yeah, and I also got a lot of satisfaction for how fast I found things that were wrong. So this is why DAST.